Well, let's get into the dailies that we have for today. Very interesting headlines that are coming up today. You want to take the daily graphic?
Yes. Daily graphic, truth and accuracy every day. Today is March 21, 2024, a beautiful Thursday morning. And what we have making headlines is $45 million pharmaceutical product locked up at port. Page 13 has that entire story. Teacher union strike over conditions of service. That story is also on page 13. Ghana tops all at WAEC Excellence Awards. Page 26 has that story. Ex gratia unfair, unjust. Scrap Article 71 participants. Now, the back page also has Black Princesses plot Nigeria's defeat for gold. Nigeria denied Ghana gold in 4x100 meter final. Yeah.
All right. Did you watch that race?
I did.
Oh, I loved it.
I did.
I loved it.
It was beautiful.
It was just
wow.
exciting. You know, and you know, athletics is one of those things that sporting events generally bring us together as a nation. You should have seen the crowd.
Oh yeah,
at the stadium. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and for me, I'm like, you know what?
The cheering up.
Let's be very deliberate about these things. You know, there hasn't been as much investment as there could be, but look at what we're able to do, right?
Yeah.
And so I think we should do a lot more regarding athletics.
And it's been going well so far.
Yes.
And people are really reposting the hashtag, so it's making a lot of people have followership. And what the LOC communications director, Dankweku Yeboah, spoke about, speaking to the media and then making this very popular for other people, creating the awareness for other people to know about it, is one thing that has really helped them. And also when they decided to open the gates and make it free for everybody to be able to patronize.
You know.
So it's been good so far. Kudos.
Right, the Daily Guide has these headlines. Backbench showdown. Parliament won't approve ministers. Okay, it's going to be an interesting time in the next few days and weeks. Election 2024, all 75, this is the front page of the Daily Guide, all 75,000 biometric devices intact, the EC is saying.
It wasn't stolen, according to, quoting him directly, he says it wasn't stolen, they lost computers.
They lost computers, yes. About 5 laptops.
About 5 laptops were missing, and they didn't have any data on anybody, so everybody's safe.
All right. Obo adjudged most innovative CEO. We have Chamber of Commerce endorses Baumia's private sector growth policy, and Prof. Bernard Killer jailed 30 years. And that's it for the Daily Guide.
The Chronicle has MPs livid with Finance Ministry over 6 billion Ghana City Common Fund arrears. Joe Weiss, he's the first deputy speaker. That story is on page 3, 4, and 8 respectively. And then moving on, Baumia, I insist businesses will have tax amnesty in 2025. Safe Water Network. Others invest 20 million in the water sector. Mr. Charles Nemakun, he's the country director of Safe Water Network. And then also we have Akufo-Addo launches a Ghana Smart Schools project on Monday. And the quote for today is Psalm 37 verse 8. Don't give in to worry or anger. It only leads to trouble. I love this. Don't give in to worry or anger. It only leads to trouble. And on the back page of the Chronicle, we have African Games 2023. Ghana, Nigeria, and women's football final today. Satellites hungry for gold, says Ghana under-20 coach after Senegal win. And then pictures from the 13th African Games. You can see all the highlights from yesterday over there.
All right, so then we have the Anchor newspaper, and on the front page of the Anchor it says, Baumia rebukes GRA for harassing businesses. NMC stokes anger among nurses and midwives for increasing verification fee from 550 Ghana cedis to 3,000 Ghana cedis. GRNMA tells members not to pay. Okay. We have Ghana forces to host Green Ghana Day on June 7th. Lands Ministry to plant 10 million trees. The trees that we've planted so far, we need updates on these, you know, and we need updates and evidence, you know, that the thing that we planted they are growing.
They are growing.
And they're doing well, you know.
And there are no weeds growing around them.
Oh,
It will not
no,
be
even,
left
it's not even about that. I
untouched.
mean, they are trees, so
Definitely
they will,
weeds will grow.
they
So,
will
but
grow.
definitely,
But
it's created jobs for some people. So definitely, planting for food ain't jobs. So definitely, somebody should be tendering to
oh
it.
no, this one is more about greening the country, and the focus has been, you know, creating the green cover, you know, because you know if you watch as we traveled around the country on Heritage Caravan, you realize that as you go towards the northern part of the country, there are fewer and fewer trees, right? But interestingly, when you cross over into Burkina Faso,
There are more
they
trees.
don't have the, you know, you would imagine that as you go further north, right, there are fewer trees. But you get to the border, you get to Burkina. As you enter Burkina, and I've been to Ouagadougou by road, right, their tree cover is heavy
Heavy.
because they are very strict
They've been intentional
on
about
cutting
it.
tree. You cannot just cut a tree. You need a permit to cut a tree. But in Ghana,
here we
a
fell
tree there is
trees,
free
yeah.
for all. You see, and this is what's creating the problem. So the idea is, let's restore our tree cover by planting trees. Now, guess what? A lot of the trees that are being planted, nobody's monitoring.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
The
No, but
monitoring and then also making sure that where they've been planted, they are growing properly. Because if weeds take over them, trust
Yeah.
me, if they are not even being watered, definitely they will die off. That's what
absolutely.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a further story here. It says Scorpions chasing special needs students as ECG leaves Garden City Special School in darkness since February over 66,000 Ghana cedi debt. Now, this story is particularly troubling because even regular children, regular students, to leave the school in darkness is a challenge. Remember what the hue and cry that came over Accra Academy, you know, when that happened. But these are special
needs children.
right? And let's quickly read you
Sure.
one or two paragraphs from here. The headmistress, Dr. Rosalie Frimpoma Ejapong, and the school is in Asokore Mampong, and I want to quote something. He said, whatever it is, the bills will be paid, but how can we continue to let these children sleep in darkness? Yesterday, they killed 2 scorpions near where the boys are sleeping. What if they enter the rooms and bite somebody's child? How will we explain it? It's a question. She said, and I quote again, it's been hell. I will say it that way. As at now, ECG says until we pay, they will not put the lights on for us. But where are we getting the money to pay? It's a school that receives subventions and the monies have not been coming. So the story is there in the Anchor newspaper. You can go and read it on page 3 of the Anchor.
The new finder has GNCCI embraces Baumia's policies, suggests additional measures for consideration. That story is on page 2. And we have Safe Water pushes for adoption of innovative water solutions. Chris Williams is the CEO of Safe Water Network. That story is on page 8. And page 11 has the story, teachers declare nationwide strike. And on page 4, Ekufuado to launch Ghana Smart Schools project. And then I have ABC newspaper. You're done?
No, I have one.
Oh,
I have
okay.
a
Sorry, I
couple
thought you
more.
were done.
So the business analyst says, no BVD stolen. Only 5 laptops missing from BVR kits, EC clarifies. 3 teacher unions declare strike over conditions of service. We have economy beats analysts' forecast grows at 2.9%. And those are some of the headlines on the front page of the business analyst.
ABC newspaper on the side of truth. And the big one here, Baumia for President 2024, individuals, businesses to have tax amnesty in 2025. Dr. Baumia reaffirms. Chances for parties in 2024 from stronghold perspectives. See page 3 for that story. And also Governor Addison sees off IMF MD after fruitful 2-day visit to Ghana. That story is on page 9. Fantasy Dome was stealing, in quote, electricity at the trade fair site. This is ECG stating that story is on page 6.
Wow. Yeah. Does that mean they were doing illegal connection?
Okay. So page 6.
I mean, it suggests that.
It suggests that
Yeah,
allegedly.
illegal connection.
Yes.
Wow.
So The Electricity Company of Ghana has cited operators of the now dismantled Fantasy Dome, which was operated by Fantasy Entertainment at the Trade Fair site from 2018 to 16 March 2024, for stealing electricity through an illegal connection to the dome. And that is what the ABC newspaper is saying. That's Chrono Kakraboho. The recent demolition of the Fantasy Dome at the Accra Trade Fair revealed this illegal power connection to the Fantasy Dome tent. Yeah. According to sources familiar with the development, the illegal connection caused a fire outbreak in the course of the dismantling of the dome because the electricians who disconnected the meter were unaware of the illegal connection. Fire service was dispatched to respond to the fire during the demolition. ECG officials on site investigated the source of the fire and traced it to the illegal connection installed by Fantasy Dome. So if you want the full story, you can go to ABC newspaper, buy one, and have a read for yourself. Why do you watch me so?
Yeah, fantastic. Well, it's time for sports review.
Right.
Don't go anywhere.
And welcome. This is the Sports Review segment. 2023 African Games. Ghana finished second to Nigeria in the final of the men's 4x100 relay event yesterday at the University of Ghana Stadium. The countries competed keenly until the final 100-meter, when a slow baton change on Ghana's part gave Nigeria the chance to seal the race at the end. They finished the race in a time of 38.41 seconds, while Ghana finished second in a time of 38.43 seconds, with Liberia coming up in third place. Nigeria came up tops again in the women's 4x100 relay finals. They were strong from the start and finished in the same way, with Tony Amusan running the anchor leg. They completed the race in a time of 43.05 seconds, with Liberia and Ghana coming in second and third, respectively. In the women's 100-meter hurdles, Nigeria's Toby Emusan dominated the field to win the gold medal in a time of 12.89 seconds. She was given a yellow card for a false start, but she overcame a slow start to win the race comfortably. Today, the Black Princesses will take on Nigeria in the final of the women's football tournament of the African Games. The two teams came through their respective semis this week, and they will hope to win the gold medal tonight. Ghana is seeking another gold medal in the women's football tournament after winning its first in 2015 against Cameroon. That's a long time, and I know we're going to win today. I have that strong feeling we're going to win today, because we've been poised. Yeah. And I've seen, as Gabi was there, I've seen some of the rehearsals, I would say, the training that they've been going through. And I believe that Ghana is not going to let us down. We're going to bring home we are going to repeat and stay home and keep home the gold.
All right, we have some Black Stars news here. It says the Black Stars held their second training session in Morocco yesterday ahead of their assignment during the weekend's international window. Now, the team has been in camp since Monday, and the players have been getting ready for their two friendlies against Nigeria and Uganda on March 22nd and 26th, respectively. Now, Ghana coach Otto Addo will use the two games to assess his team ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers in June and other future assignments. All right, and that's where we come to the end of Sports Review this morning.